In today's video, we are going to see about basics of all programming languages. So don't skip the video. If you are new to this channel, subscribe to Tech for You and click on the bell icon to get the regular updates on time. Now I will tell you a scenario. Imagine that scenario so that you can understand the concept better. Consider there is a person and he knows only English, and there is a other person he knows only French. But how these two people will communicate unless and until they know the language? So here comes the translator. So this translator does the work of translating the language from one particular language to the other particular language. So he will translate from French to English. Similarly, machine can't understand human language, which is English, and this is known as high level language. Machine knows only zeros and ones, which is low level language. This work will be done by the translator, and the translator is of two: compiler and interpreter. Now what is this compiler? Consider that you have written some 6 lines of code and there is an error in 4th line. But till 3rd line all the code you have entered were correct. But what this compiler does is it consolidates the whole program and tells the error. It doesn't run the first 3 lines even though it is correct. Now in the case of interpreter, if you write the 6 lines of code and if you found the error in the 4th line and the first 3 lines were correct, then it shows the output for the first 3 lines, and after the 4th line it shows the error. So this is the difference between compiler and interpreter. C is the example language uses compiler and Python is the example language uses interpreter. Next, coming to data types and variable. There are totally 3 primary data types: int, float, char. Int is nothing but if you want to declare an integer data type, then you have to use this int keyword in front of. Similarly, if you want to declare a decimal data type, then you can use this float keyword. If you want to use the alphabets or string, you can use this char data type. Okay, now what is meant by declaration and how to declare? Now you want to declare this 10 and this 10 is the integer data, so you want to use this int keyword in front of the declaration. And now what is this n_1? n_1 is nothing but the variable name. So the syntax to declare is your data type space your variable name equal to your data. In this case it is 10. Okay, now I said about variable, and in all programming language variable has 4 important rules. The first rule is variable can be of alphanumeric, which means consider this case n_1 is the variable name, and in this variable name you can find the alphabet and also the number. So the variable can consist of alphanumeric value. Then the first letter of the variable should always start with alphabet, or it can also start with the underscore value. So if you are not used the underscore value in the starting of the variable name, then you can check it. It will definitely work. The next rule is the first letter should not be the numbers. It should not start with number. It can start either with alphabet or only one special character is allowed, which is underscore. So it should not start with the number. Last rule is if you are declaring the variable name as n_1, then while using a program also you have to mention as n_1. If you are changing this n to capital letter, then it won't work because it is case sensitive and it shows the error like you did not declare this variable. So these are the 4 important rules to name the variable and use the variable in all programming languages. Okay, now what is this variable? Everybody knows that variable is used to store the value. Here in first case n_1 is the variable name and this variable has the value of 10. But how this happens in backend? Okay, consider in a storage this 10 is stored in somewhere, but how the place is allocated here? So here you can see that you have declared in int. So int is a 2-byte data type. So 2-byte memory will be allocated for this variable, which is n_1. Now consider this 10 is in the address of 1250. For this address only we framed the name as n_1, which is the variable name. So this is the other name of address. If you want to access the address, then you will be using the pointer, which is star in front of the variable name. This is all about data type and variable. Now coming to operators. There are primarily 5 important operators which we will be using in all codes. The first one is arithmetic, and the arithmetic consists of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and modulo. You all know about the first three operators, but there will be a confusion between division and modulo. To clarify that, see this example. Here you can see that 7 is divided by 3. So you are getting the quotient 2 and the remainder is 1. So if you want to get this quotient, you will be using this division operator. If you want this remainder as the answer, then you will be using this modulo operator. This modulo operator will help you in more cases. So one of the example is to find even or odd number. All know the concept. If the number is even, then definitely it will be divided by 2. Once it is divided by 2, then you will be getting the remainder as 0. Hence you can prove that it is an even number by using this modulo operator. Next one is logical. The first one is AND, the second is OR. Now to explain this, I will show you the truth table. So this is the format actually how AND operator works, and this is the format actually how OR operator works. AND does the work of multiplication and OR does the work of addition. And while using the conditional statements, you will be using these operators to check the condition whether it is correct or not. In that case, the AND operator checks whether both the conditions are true or not. If both the conditions are true, it will run you to that set of codes. And this OR operator checks either of one condition is true or not. If any one condition is true, then it will run those set of codes. Next operator is relational, and you know relational consists of greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, equal to, not equal to. Now to differentiate between this double equal to and single equal to, I will give you the example. In this case, the single equal to used to assign the value to the variable. But in the case of double equal to, it checks whether the value of left hand side is equal to right hand side or not. So single equal to used to assign the value to the variable, and double equal to checks the value whether it is same or not on both sides. Not equal to is opposite to this equal to equal to. Next one is increment. Increment is nothing but to increase the value. Like here you can see I equal to I plus 1, which means you will be increasing the I value by 1. If you want to increase the I value by 2, then you can use I plus 2. Instead of this, you can also use simply I plus plus. This specifies I plus 1. If you want to increase 2 times, then you can write it as I plus 2. So it will be incremented by 2. And the final I plus equal to 1 is the shorthand operator of I equal to I plus 1. And same as for decrement also. Next topic will be conditional statement, but this itself has been a long video, so I am going to do the part 2 video on it. If you feel it is useful, subscribe to Tech For You channel and click on the bell icon to get regular updates. Meet you in the next video. Thank you for watching.